Praise the living Jesus. I hope I'm not in the wrong place. So. I can't feel any fire. I feel like we are so cold. But before I continue, I would like to give honor to God for the privilege for making me to be here and to see your beautiful faces. Even though I'm feeling like there is a gender bias setting here, I'm seeing more of women. Well, it's good for us. I'm seeing more of women here than men, apart from the men that are here. And before I continue, I want to also thank Pastor Oyeni for the privilege, for the opportunity, for inviting me, because it's true that he has said something about me, but I want to believe that I can't be the only one who is doing one or two things in the industry I am and every other industry that could have, been invited to talk to you and shed some light. So thank you very much, sir. God bless and grow the church in Jesus' name. So, I can see that a lot of people here are actually very young. I don't know. Daddy was saying that is the oldest here, obviously. So, a lot of people are very young, and that was when I said, praise the Lord. I was expecting something, very hot and very, for minds that are actually prepared. So it means that we may have to start from preparing your mind. And maybe we have to start gingering each other up. So I'm going to ask a few questions. I want you to raise up your hand if you have a business or if you have an idea of a business. First of all, let's start from there. Do you have a business? Who is running a business? Something small, something little, however little. I'm selling chocolate, I'm selling Zobo drink, I'm selling Kunu drink. Raise up your hand, wave to the Lord. It's God-given talent. It's not cheap. It's not free. Can you imagine? So we have a lot of us here. Praise the Lord. So I feel like I'm in the right place. That's the only confirmation I've gotten so far. Truthfully, because I get scared when I get to places I'm saying a lot of things and people cannot relate. I feel like it's a total waste of time. So when I see people that are doing one or two things, I know that's okay. It's either you want to, level up, or you have an idea you're actually scared to birth, so you want to start doing something from there. Okay, I'll ask another question. How many of us have seen my face before? Do you know me? Have you seen me before anywhere? Thank God you don't know me. Do you know me? Okay, my name is Bumi Adenrisola Agbato. I'm a Mrs., like he said, and I'm the owner and co-founder of B Spice Products and Service Limited. I will run us through a short introduction about my business so that you have an idea. And I'm an entrepreneur, but this part of the world, when you are selling something, so far you can make profit. Maybe you bought something for 10 naira, you add 5 naira, you sell 15 naira. People say you are doing business, but beyond doing a business in this country, so far you are not the type that you are buying an already made product. If you are a manufacturer of what you're doing, whether it is a biscuit or donuts, cakes, anything at all, so far you are the one that knows how to, mix one or two things together to make another thing. Forget about if there is a donut in the next door. It's definitely different from your recipe. Yes or yes? So forget about that there's a change in there. So far you are the one that can do that. You know that as time goes on, I want to grow this business. I want to also employ a dispatch rider to get this thing from this location to the other place. You are no longer a business person. So that's going to make me to differentiate, first of all, the difference between a business person and an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is somebody who can sit down and think. I hope you understand what I'm saying. A business person is just someone who buys and sells. But that thing you're buying, that you're selling, that product must have been an idea of an entrepreneur. Somebody who think of a solution to a particular need. Somebody who prefers solutions. Somebody who think of something out of your comfort zone. You're here now and you just feel like in this room, something is missing. What can be created? What can I do? I can decide that I want to sit down. I don't want to hold this thing. And somebody somewhere just say, okay, ma, I have maybe like a lapel microphone. You can actually sit and talk from anywhere. If I want to ask question, I don't want you to raise your voice from the back of the hall. And you are seated. I can probably view you from the screen. And then I can still hear you loud and clear. That idea that is different from you now, the regular standing up and doing this and doing that, makes you an entrepreneur. And the moment you are that, means you are a job creator. Is that not so? So it is just important that you find your hand doing something. Even the Bible says that whatever you find your hand doing, you should do it with all diligence. It says you will bless the work of your hand, not the idleness of your hand. If you are saying, Lord, bless me, that's not how to challenge God. You know, Yoruba says, so I don't know if you understand Yoruba, but permit me to use this word. You want to siregun that I want this thing. But how are you going to do the regun when you don't have anything? You know there is a condition. It's going to bless you through the work of your hand. But when you now look at that your hand, what's there? So what are you praying to God for? It's a principle God. I don't want to, I'm not preaching, you know, but that's the way it works. You can't kneel down in the morning and say you're praying to God for this, for that, you want this to happen, you want that to happen, without having anything you're doing. The only thing that can happen that way, let me tell you, is stealing or seeing money in your dreams. And if you see money in your dreams, you cannot bring it here to spend. It's either you're seeing another currency. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You have to have something you are doing. And why are you not doing something? You are a student, so? And so? And you're doing NYS or something, and so? So many people have done so many things, but you don't want to know. We are so privileged in this part of the country. I mean, in the southwest, Lagos, Ibadan, and the like, we are so privileged because we are in the Western world. Our parents believe in, you know, straightening our head for us, doing this for us. I want you to go to school, they pay for it. I want you to do this, they do it for you. I want to buy a dress. Some of us at this stage, we still look for one thing or the other from our parents. It's not fair. Some people want to japa from this country. You know what I mean by japa? They want to run away. But the truth is, you don't have anything you're doing in that same place. You're still going to face the problem you're facing here. You're going to face the same problem. And when you're going, you tell your mother to go and collect whether a lapo or something. It's unfair. People that are over 30s, their parents are expecting, you know, to get one or two things from them, are looking for how to, you know, put some mathematics in their parents' head so that they can help them to, you know, gop out some money. Okay, let me not digress too much because of our time. I want to quickly tell us about my home business. Because somebody must have been saying, okay, what is she saying? What is she doing? I'm a fish seller. So all this paparazzi that Daddy is saying is just upgrading. I'm just a proper fish seller. Elejayin your Yoruba name. Like, but I will leave you with something at the end of the day. First of all, I've told you my name. I'm a graduate of University of Ibadan, Department of Fisheries and Aquaculture Management. Although I'm still doing my PhD in the same department, but I'm a graduate because PhD has no years. I don't know when I'll graduate from that one. So when you are praying, you add me your prayer because I'm not exactly progressing. I'm just wasting my time somehow, but I'm a PhD student. So what I am doing is what many of my colleagues will call me that of all the pupils in our class then, B-Spice, you are the least. Because I'm this, let's call it fragile, or the one that, you know, if they ask us to dig the pond or carry some sand from the farm, you will see me looking for how to hide under the men, push them in front, I can buy them lunch. I'm the least that will ever do any dirty job. I've been sent away from the farm for fixing my nails to a farm. Now, how do you go to a farm and fix your nails and fix your lashes and then you're here for paparazzi? You know? But at the end of the day, up till tomorrow, we were 36 that graduated. Just myself and a few other like 3 that started like 3-4 years back. After seeing what I'm doing, joined the business. I've started this. It's true, I learned it from school. You understand? A lot of all this practical that we are being taught in school and then we overlook that, what's the big deal? I just want to pass. I just want to know. I've looked at all the aspects of aquaculture. There is the engineering aspect whereby you dig the pond and all that. There is the fish and feed production aspect. There is the hatchery aspect whereby you mix eggs and it brings out fingerlings. I don't know if I'm talking abstract, but at least you get the juice. So there are all these aspects, but the only aspect I'm interested in is smoking of fish. I have a farm, to the glory of God. I have 7 ponds. But those ponds, I can't remember the last time they produced fish for me because as time goes on, I did not exactly need my pond again. I don't have time to go to the farm. And there are a lot of people we put there. We have employed people, but then they were stealing the feed. They were doing all sorts. At some point, some guy, so many things had happened on the farm. But even the farm, even if it were running, the capacity of that farm can no longer meet my demands. So I buy from different farmers. At some point, I got to ADP to collect the list of farmers so that, I can have their direct contact. I don't want to buy through a middleman that will chop up my gain and all that. So I keep calling them. If I need so tons, if I need so kilograms, I will buy and they will deliver to my doorstep. I will add my value to it. Apart from smoking of fish, actually, I do a lot of things. I just want you to understand the basis of what I do. I do fish powders that are incorporated in baby's meal. I do fish snacks. I do so many products. I actually have 11 products out of catfish, the regular catfish that you all know. 11 different products. We have fish in pepper, fish in ginger. We have so many different products. We have mixed fish fillets, powders that you can begin to add to your baby that don't want to take all this, serere food. You can just have pap, but pap is just carbohydrates. So you want to add some fish, not just catfish. And I've been able to grow this thing as time goes on. I've now have other products apart from catfish. But catfish alone, I have 11 products from it. And I've been doing this thing. I started year 2015, 2016. So from 2016, before I started my master's, I finished my master's in 18. So I've been doing it. As a matter of fact, I've been doing it during my NYSC days in Abia State, whereby I will ask somebody to process the fish for me here in Ibadan and send it via a bus. I will collect it because maybe I was lucky or I was unlucky. I was posted to this Ministry of No Work. It's Ministry of Agriculture. We just go there. We don't do anything. So I'm like, this is a good opportunity. Apart from teaching, I also taught students like after school. I was just looking for extra cash. Meanwhile, note, I am not poor. I do not come from a background that if I didn't do those things, I will not hit. But I just want to do something. The fear of where will I fix myself after this place was really troubling me. I could not sleep. Fear of what will I now do? Because my parents have already told us it's that degree. It's not like you do this, I will sponsor you for this and all that. And then this fish money eventually took me through that master's level and still brought me to where I am now. So what I want to share with you today that is most important is that anything you think about whatsoever, no matter how little, nurture it. Nurture it, grow it, let people call you crazy. That's the only way you can stand out. Tomorrow now, I have a program with the FAO in the next 2 months. And I can't remember all paid expense trip that I've been to. It's somehow that I'm not selling wigs, I'm not selling cream, I'm not selling shoe or bag or dresses. It's funny because that's what anybody would think I will sell last. Because of my paparazzi in school then, you understand? But I'm the one that is doing this very dirty one. I hope you know catfish. It's slimy. It's not one, it's not two. I'm talking about thousands of pieces. That you now have to cut the stomach open, do some degutting process, wash, clean, smoke. I've had attack from smoke from catfish before we start building ovens that, are much more upgraded and can save your health and stuff like that. So, you need to challenge yourself to do something. You can't just say that you will not do anything. There's something you can do. And in that thing that is not copy, let me tell you, the only successful copycat is the one that is smarter than the initiator. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you are not smarter than the person you are copying, you cannot move. Praise the Lord. That's the truth. That's the blatant truth. If I want to copy what you're doing, what do? You raised up your hand. You said you're doing something the other time.
Yes, I'm into baking.
You're into baking. If I can't bake better than you, and I keep following your design, I will be messing up. It's true that talent is not enough. Hard work can overthrow talent. Some people have this money. Some people don't have this talent, but they have the money, they have everything they want to do. If they see your idea, they can only flop if they are not smarter, if they are not better, if they can't think faster. If they are just looking at, you're making money. If they cannot see your pain. The day you make losses. Have you not made loss before? Your cake has never burnt. Cake has never fallen on the bike. You know, all those things. And the only good thing that people are saying is, you're packaging fish in boxes, you're sending to Europe, I send all over, I do export. You're sending to this, you're doing that. And if that's the only thing that people are saying, you're just wasting your time. Because there are days that I've cried to bed. That I will be expecting that I'm talking about millions of naira, not 100,000. And the old oven may just catch fire. The only thing that I always have is, that I always hold on to, is that my life. You know, Yoruba, we have a way of just thinking that, thank God that I'm still alive. And let me tell you something, all these things, they propel me forward. Because I will never make that kind of mistake. It may just be a simple error that maybe we forgot to slide in the tray. And you know, catfish can be fatty. The oil drops is as good as gas, is as good as petrol rather. And it just goes down to where the main fire is underneath, and the whole thing blow up. Instead of me to cry, I went to church to thank God that I'm living in a rented apartment. Thank God I didn't burn the house. Because I will pay for it and I will still buy my own. I hope you understand where I'm going to. So you have to do something. The challenge, when they come, don't stop. Don't stop. As far as you're sure of that thing, if there is anything you're thinking that I'm coming to tell you that is different from what you know, it's not exactly true. I just want to challenge you to fire up. Because I know there are people that be like, oh, maybe after this program now, I'll just change. I'll come and do fish. You had better be smarter than me. Or maybe there is one idea, there is one good thing that I'll be told to go and do to start fashion designer. If you're doing fashion designer before, don't stop. Get better. Look for the people that have done it better than you. Go there, train. They may be expensive. Don't tell them you want to do food to go about this thing. You want to do parties in a while and you want to pay at that time, the only time you come in. You understand? So that you don't have to, pay like you're an apprentice. You have already started doing something. Just move. If your mind says this morning, get out, do this thing, just go out, go and do that thing. Come back with failure. Go tomorrow. I didn't start with my own oven. I started with University of Ibadan oven. They will collect some money. If you take like 10 kg of fish, they will say maybe 100 naira per kg. That's 1,000 naira. They will process for you. But my gain, if my gain was supposed to be 200 naira, since they have collected 100 naira, my gain would have reduced. So as time goes on, I didn't allow it to get to me like I want to quickly make so much money. I slowed down. I know that I'm not making what I'm supposed to make because I don't have an oven. But you'll be surprised at how much all these 10 naira can so roll up. Ask women that are in business. Forget about it. Forget about all this project of 30 million or kiniko. Ask them. The way this money can accrue, especially if you have a saving habit. If you have a saving habit, if you like be selling pure water. I mean, you should have heard now. I can't be the first person to tell you that people who sell pure water at the roadside send their children to good schools, even send their children abroad. So that should tell you that the way to wealth, the way to success is just beyond this year. I shall want to be doing something. Meanwhile, there are so many people that are doing better businesses, that has more money, that cannot point that this is what I've done. It means that there are some principles, e.g. saving, e.g. being smart. You have to save up, you have to be smart, and you have to move with trend. Don't go and be dancing on TikTok. Use that TikTok to sell your business. If you want to leverage on digital marketing, do it. It did a lot for me. Because I was thinking somebody will ask me, how do I get my... Anyways, we have not gotten to question and answer session. These customers, most of the customers I got, although some were from school, because at some point, you are in a very terrible school. I came from there, but they can so push you. There are times that we'll be made to wear that our dirty overall, blue color. They will say, so far you're on your ID card, you should move around and sell. They can give us 50 packs. They can give us 50 packs, and you are told that, okay, we can give you like 10% on it. 50 packs then was 50,000 naira, or 1,000 naira per pack. Then you leave 45,000 naira for the school. You hold 5,000 naira in your pocket. It was that 5,000 naira that only made sense to me then. In fact, that's the only thing that made me to go and do smoking. Now, I know some people who really had passion to go to agric. Me, I didn't have passion to go to agric. They dropped me in agric. I wanted to go for pharmacy, but my cutoff did not catch it. So they just dropped me somewhere. And these people, that I cannot now believe that these people that really wanted to do this agriculture, and they went to school to study the agriculture. And I'm like, they're still saying that they are doing what? If they want to say, they will say maybe she has money somewhere. Yes, I got a grant along the line, but before any international body will give you a grant, they must have seen that you're doing something. You're impacting. You're doing something that nobody will borrow you money that they know that you cannot give it back. Nobody. If I look at you very, say I should borrow you 20,000 naira. If I look at it at this one, I just give you 2,000. You know why? If you like, return it. If you like, don't return it. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So yes, I did. But those money that I saved up from those 5,000 naira, I got my customers from there too. That's why the power of this phone. Don't underrate it. Don't use it for what you are not supposed to use it for. There's no point. Because the truth is, whether you're doing business with it or not, you always have to load your data. So whether you're begging for the data or you are the one buying the money for the data, just use it for something. Use it for something. My brother studied English language from University of Ibadan, but now he's consulting for farms. Consulting for farms that he learned from me. Me, I could not consult for farms at some point when I was pregnant. I could not be going around, There are a lot of problems in this country. Just know something. You will know that a lot of people have that problem and they need you to come. Pay for your this is the problem you have. So far you can provide the solution. Don't go without God. Always pray. Because I know people are hungry, especially those people from the east. You will see that they will call you for business. They are planning to put you in another thing when you get there. And with discernment, with the spirits of God, you know all these things. Because as you grow in business, there are so many things you'll be exposed to. I've seen a situation whereby, because I didn't want to go for a trip, I intentionally placed the price very high. Something I'm supposed to charge 200,000, and I put it at 1 million. The person said, come. Now, would you go? But I know that hungry people, you really want to do something, you will go. The truth is that people that are not going to use it for anything, you are just being blessed at that time. So you have to pray. You have to know when to say no. Because this money will come. You will really be exposed. As long as you nurture your own. That will make you stand out. That will make you different. Don't take another person's dream and run with it. You will not know how to continue. It's just like borrowing a car. You will not know what else to do. You can't run with somebody else's dream. You have to run with your own dream. And when you are with your own dream, when the challenges come, when you make loss, when you are not doing so much, you will do what? You will stay with it. You know what they call we die here? Me and you, we are here together. Anything that happen. Okay, I think my time is past spent. Somebody should check the time for me. So, you cannot afford not to do anything, no. Whether you are pregnant, Whether you are pregnant, can you hear me? What are you doing, madam? You are into decoration. You have to keep at it. You have to keep at it. And you have to understand that as the mastermind of that business, as the entrepreneur who is the owner of that business, you can do a lot. You start feeding people. When I came in, I said there is a bias arrangement in this place that we have more women, to men. I'm glad. That's the truth. But physically, I just said that. I'm so glad because the world is really changing fast. Most of these opportunities I've gotten is because they will say, when they want to invite people and when they want to shortlist, women and youth, the way it's moving fast. My first trip to the United States was because all expense paid. All expense paid. And it wasn't because I know so much then. It was even 2018. I was just a master's student. But I took a picture. I posted it. I didn't know that it would go viral. Where I was doing my fish by myself and I look all eager and put it there just like that. I didn't know. Although I had a backing that when they now ask questions, I came from a university that, my dean, my supervisor, they could all reckon with me. And when they were supposed to, put somebody out, I was the one that was chosen. Not just chosen, you still go and do another interview.
So don't now say that and you're doing something that is bringing money and you're ashamed of it. Why? What's the big deal? Why? Nobody needs to know how much you worth. As a matter of fact, your decision now, this is 2022, in 2030 will determine your lifestyle. Let me tell you my own decision. Low-key shop life gang. You will not know anything. That's my decision. Because when I started, my decision was not exactly like that. It was because, no, I wanted to be different. I'm a Cancerian. We can be very fine, but when it gets to time to work, we roll up our sleeves. When you see me where I'm working, you know that I'm the one. No. There's no time to combine. So you cannot be ashamed of something that is giving you money now. You want to jackpot, you want to go abroad, you want to go and do something. Do you know? Okay. The only picture you get to see from those people that are there are the ones that they are working on the street. You know how much work you do to own a car over there? I'm not talking to people that comes from plenty money also. Spend your money, oh. Do you understand? But I'm talking to people that I want to let you know that whatsoever you're going to do here, you will just be successful anywhere. You cannot go there to also sit down. You also have to walk. If you plan to just pray with empty hand, that God bless the idleness of my hand, I want to change your scripture, you'll be seeing money in your dream only. He didn't say he will bless the hand, it's the work of your hand. Anything. I'm still saying it. I've seen young women who are selling snacks. You'll be like, this social media thing, you people don't know anything. I really wish I can just, I don't know how I can just transfer everything once and for all. Just move with me. It's a gist. I'm glad I'm here. Snacks, not now the regular biscuits or candy or Snickers or chocolate. No. There's this cocoa, Baba Dudu, Kuli, God bless you, Kuli, Donkwa, peanuts, all those things. I was privileged to talk to one girl. She's into all these things, but she stays in Lagos. God, plantain chips. How can somebody be making 400,000 on plantain chips one trip? And she was like, hey, she wants to travel abroad, this, that. I said, well, should be when you get there, there is plantain farm that your father built there. You will just see that real life can really set in. They will not tell you the truth. You can also make it there. Because I didn't create you, and I don't know where your purpose is. But you have to be sure. You should stop working on shaky ground. You have to solidify what you're doing. Most of me did what I did out of the quest to be successful. So, if you really want to be successful, you just have to stick to that plan. And God is not a wicked God. He must have given you something. I think maybe the only thing you need to do is to trust what you're being given to do. That this thing is enough. So that nobody just come and talk to you and bamboozle you away from doing, leave what you're doing and you start doing this. They said there is money in this one, you want to go and try it. Have you asked your head? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it's important to be successful is not something that, I think it's a lifestyle. I was listening to what the woman was saying the other time, that your mind is just like a fertile ground. It's a fertile ground. Anything you plant in it that you want to do. One day I was frustrated. I was very sad. I said, God, maybe I shouldn't have chosen this fish business I'm doing. Because the truth is, if I had not done fish, with that energy I had, if I wanted to plant something else like that, that's the way it would have grown. Because God, His word is His word. He will not change His word. You can now decide that you want to use your own to sell mango. You want to use your own to produce shoes. You will be successful. That is when you see your friend, you'll be like, Ikotele was successful. It's not because she's doing something special. She has understood the principles, the techniques. You have to move with trend. Let me take an instant for some of these artists, some of our artists. You will see that some are still very relevant since those days. And when you want to move so far, you have to probably, not like, you have to have a mentor. Know that you are a mentee to somebody. I also have mentors. Mentors are not those people you'll be bugging that they should not sleep in their house. So it's not like you'll be bugging your mentors. But your mentors, you know, you can be studying people's life back to back, using it to influence your own self positively without necessarily bugging them. So once in a while when you have questions, maybe when you get to a particular road, you don't know what to do, you know, they will be willing to answer you. And they will even be joyful that they are seeing results. What's the usefulness of something that you had in you, you did not pass across to other people? I've done training for 180 women before I eventually got to a place that people now started knowing me. I'm collecting money, it's not free. Don't think that it's free training. No. You understand? I collect money. I'm telling you, times. That is what I talk about passion. The day I made laws that I said my oven of ₦1,000,000 got burnt of fish. Farm going is better. Because I have done so many things, paid for logistics, brought it down, paid for labels, do so many things. That is why I said you are different from a business person that you have bought this, you just want to add your money. You are an entrepreneur. So many people are attached to you. The data that you're buying is somebody, Mark Zuckerberg or whatever the person you're paying to, is also attached to you. You are a livelihood to that person, because let all of us shut down on social media. They will hear it now. So why you not now use it to your own advantage? Because you cannot shut out of life. You have to move with trend. You really have to move on. So like I was talking about, that training that I have been collecting money, sometimes will now be what, broke. Or when I think that, project can fail Joju, or worry. If I tell you I want to train you for 200, you will pay. You only need 2 sessions with me. I'll come to your farm or you come to my farm. And you will pay me. So now imagine if I make adverts for just 50 slots, multiply it. So when I have projects, I said I'm doing product and services. So when I have projects, it's not time to say that that 100 naira you're saving. Those ones can go back to buying equipment, for your business, because you have to know that you pay your staff, you pay your rent, utility bills, and all that. So I want to challenge us and tell us up that anything you are doing, that passion, the fire should not quench. But also know that you need to rest. Because the rate at which youth of nowadays are stressing out, depressed, looking forward to be successful, using your data to look at people's lives, their bank accounts cannot fund, will put you into serious depression. You don't need it. I have a lot of followers, but people, I don't buy things on Instagram as such, except I've known you before, or I know you have a business there. But I just ask myself, how come people are buying from me? Me, I know they buy person thing like that. Do you understand? Because I know where I can buy the things I need, except it's really, really important. I'm not the kind of person that will get a lot on my phone now and start looking for what to shop. I save more than shopping. In fact, I have a long list of problems that will call you from the factory for this, for that, other than shop what? Do you know when they will say your generator has spoiled? What are you buying? But don't forget, there are days you will not make 1 naira. There are days you make million that will go down. And there are days you see your money like this, you smile. It will multiply somebody that is doing a salary job 10 times. You can go for vacation. Do it low-key. Don't hustle hard to the pressure of the world, because God has also blessed you, because I know this is a room of God blessed people, because I know God will hold you forward. So now don't go and be those that will hustle hard pressure to the world, because he's watching you. What are you doing with what he has blessed you with? You may have like 10 million naira. Live fine, be okay, don't downgrade yourself, but don't use it to oppress the world. Those people that you are seeing, they're just busy oppressing. That's what the devil does. Just move around, draw around. The real life, the real doing it legitimately is not easy. That is why I asked, are there business where doing something legit is not easy. The real one is not easy, but the fake one is easy. It's easy for me to paparazzi everything and paint it out there. If I also want to do training, it's not as simple as I said. I can get you to pay 200,000 rand for 50 people. Do you know the things I would have put in place? The people I would have put in place, the equipment, the structure, the production facility, so many. Buy landed property, they appreciate. Don't run and say, they said there is a gain on shoe when you have not, when you are not at the top of that particular game you are in. So I hope I've not taken too much of your time, and I hope I've been able to do some small justice to cheer you up. Please, everything God first. God first. If there is no God, you'll be tired, because even with God, you'll be tired. My parents did not support all this my nonsense. I told them I wanted to do pharmacy. They dropped me in a Greek. That's where I've started my life problem. That's where I got it all wrong initially, not knowing that it's wrong going to be right. At the end of the day, I told my mother that I want to come home after my service to do some farming at Onilai. They see me as like a disappointment. All my family members are nurses, are doctors, and all that. It's very funny that I'm the only person doing something abstract. Now my brother that is next to me is consulting for farms. Because Barry said no job now. Even as a nurse now, if you want to get a good paying one, if you call yourself a nurse, then people will look at you and they want to know. But now call yourself a makeup artist, you look better, your lifestyle even look better than a nurse. So it means that you have to go and do your nurse abroad to really make it, Or maybe you are one of the very lucky ones that can do well. Or maybe that you're lucky here in Nigeria, you know. But how many of us, everywhere is congested, man. Everywhere. So I was just like a disappointment. She didn't allow me. When I said I want to do master, she not even have a problem with the master. But which department? I said fishery again. Fully. This fishery again. Because to what? It's just a waste of time. I will now go home. Everybody is buying better thing. I will go with smoked catfish. I will give her. Tomorrow, my mom, let me not lie to you. It's not one of those people that will help me advertise what I'm doing. But when people say that your friends, your families may not necessarily be your helper, Ajumobi or Kontanu, is true. I still love her still. But my mom, but I have an auntie. Let her mistakenly slide there, she will tell you about me. Let her mistakenly slide there, she will tell you about me. She knows I'm doing very well, but because from the beginning, she did not support it. You know, she didn't even believe in it. How does it even sound? You know, and those are the things that I saw that, oh, she works in an hospital setting. I can take this packaged products there. I can, you know, tell them about the health benefits, how it's better than those roadside fish and this and all that. I was thinking I'm going to leverage on her, but I didn't get the opportunity, even though she was my mother, my first child. I didn't get the opportunity till tomorrow. Oh man, do me, but I had to, you know, let it go with time. So you're not going to get support, though. Nobody is going to support you. My only fan, my only somebody supporter is my husband. And your helper may be your younger sister, may not be your husband, in my own case, may not be your own mother. So just look for those people that support your dream and run with them. They are not easy to find. I didn't grow up with my father. A story for another day. So that one is even another one. You know? So please, anything you find your hand doing, do it with all diligence. Don't leave it. Don't leave it. And if God is in it, you will get tired, but it will remind you. It will just come. Maybe one nonsense person that has been asking you inquiry will just pay you. You just see credit, like you laugh again, and you are like calling these guys, calling that guy. Let's do this. You have to supply this. You have to do that. And one day you also see that you count the number of people that are attached to you, and like, God, is this me? You can't give up because of them. Oh. If you give up, but you fail. You remember the talent, the one that has one talent. I was angry with God that God, I didn't multiply it because He gave me just one talent in the Bible. Don't let your case be like that. So that my own one talent of fish, I want to take it to another level. I want a 5-year-old to see me and say, I just know that you want to be the best of them. You know? So please, I'm going to leave you with one small word from this book I'm reading. Have a mentor. It's very important, but don't bug them. So that you will not think that it's your mentor that will do everything for you. You will give yourself opportunity to also think. Be a solution provider. And if you want to do business, if you don't have energy for entrepreneur, go easy. Just forget about the entrepreneur, do business. But in that business also, take it with all seriousness. Let people know that this is the business that I am doing. This is what I do. This is what I stand for. Any form of marketing you need to do to take it to the next level. Anyway, don't start eating your profit. It's not necessary. Don't start eating it. At some point, people call me stingy. Why? They will see that no account. Do you know what I want to use it for? Do you understand? You don't know what I want to use it for. You are the one that wants to be doing one man mopo. I know the number of staff that I told God that I want to have in my life. And that talks about continuity. You want to be doing it all by yourself. When you go, what will now happen? What will happen? Everything will just go. So please, and there is no business you can cast out now. I told you about the person selling. It's not only snacks, safe. Go to Instagram now, you see them. You can sell anything. And it's still the same principle. You can sell sand. You can sell anything. And you know that you have been promoting other people's businesses without them asking you to do it. Sure, you know. How many people knows that? They have been promoting people's business. They did not send you. And you are doing it. They are getting referrals. you are doing this and doing it. How many people are doing it for you? That's the same way they will do it for you. They will they just love what you do. It will be unconsciously, they will just give it to you back. Do you want this? I know so person. You can enjoy referral and decide not to post again. You can enjoy referral and decide to reduce your marketing. You can save money on marketing at some point because people will talk about you. I don't know. I forgot the page. Sorry. I got it. It says, learn how to keep money. One wise man once told me that it's not about how much money you make, but how much money you keep. If you're investing 1 million naira in your business today, or let's say 500,000 naira, and you made 100,000 naira on it, and you carry 200,000 naira from that 100,000 naira, you chop small inside the main capital to buy Umaye or use or Louboutin or something. The person that is making just 10,000, you know you made 100. The person that is making 10,000 but has a saving culture, you will be shocked. And people can smell originality. They know you. God has blessed everybody. I don't want to say equally, because truthfully, he didn't bless us equally. But then, he has blessed everybody in their own way. It's just for you to find what he has done for you and hold on to it so that you will not be tired. You can get tired though. I'm still saying it. Hold on to it. Fail and start again. Thank you very much.
A lot. People that used to abuse that used to say agric is nothing. I'm a proud farmer. You know, I tell my children I'm a farmer and they'll be like, you speak better English. I don't know, forget that. I'm a trained farmer and I'm proud of it. Now belonging to our, how do they call it? We belong to the same, how do they say it? We are family, yes. We become to the same family. So please, once again, let's celebrate her. I'm sure you would have learned one thing. You have a question, there's something. You want her to throw light on some things. If you have a question, either you raise your hand or you put it, you can write it down so that we can have some questions taken before she take her leave. So any question, please? One. Let's do it fast before she takes her leave. One. I see one now. Any other one? Two. Any other one? Just two. Okay, let me start with Yanis.
I want to ask what you feel about location. You know, mostly they say where you're located actually helps promote your business. Like stating an example, everybody knows that Dubai Market is a home for wares, you know. So there's what we call competition. If you say you want to go and place yourself with them, and you know, in like I sell footwears, there's grading, there's first grade, second grade, third grade. But when you put those three grades together, they look alike, you understand, and different prices. So when you have a customer that says, oh, you want to sell the best and you want them to have the best, and if you like, let's say you say yours is 30,000, say I saw it somewhere for 15. Probably the third grade, and you are trying to explain to them that it's not the same thing. I'm guaranteeing that mine will last longer while yours will stay. But they'll be like, I went to Dubai Market, I saw exactly the same thing you're talking about, and you get. So it's two questions in one, actually. So what do you do in such cases that you know you want to make a name for yourself by selling the best, that a customer will say, okay, I actually bought and it actually lasted. Then with location, because the way Nigeria is going now, location is not really the thing. Some people can be far away and people still come to find them.
So, okay, let's have the second person so that you can answer them together.
Thank you so much, Ma. Okay, my question is, what do you do when you are, okay, let me just make it practical. You are into pastries, you are into flour, making of flour, and mixing flour together to make something, and then you notice that the prices of your raw materials are skyrocketing. and then the profit you are getting from the business is nothing to write home about, and you are getting discouraged. But people are asking, but because the profit you are getting is not really, really encouraging, you are less motivated. So what do you do in such case?
Okay, thank you. Did you get this question? Okay.
Thank you. Okay, let me start from the last person. That thing is a general thing. No matter how you grow in your business, you are still going to face it. But this is what somebody also mentioned some similar thing. Okay, it was my husband was talking about feed, that he was making a ton of feed 5 years ago, and that on a ton, he will make like 40,000 naira. But now on that ton, he's not making up to 15,000. I said, this is where the problem is. I knew something was happening. If I'm not doing anything, I would have run away from this house. What are you telling me? You were making 40,000 naira on something 4 years ago. Now, things have gone up. Your lifestyle remains. The things you also purchase in the market has also gone up. You should be making 80,000 now, not 15. Please know your price. Flour has gone up, everybody knows. You have to be polite in doing this thing. There's what we call market strategy. See, you have to strategize, and you have to know who are your customers, who are your consumers. My level of fish, I cannot go and sell my fish in Bodija market too. So mommy and daddy know where my office is. They call it Ojailea. I'm in such a very hidden place in Oshutokun Avenue. Not hidden, it's beside the road, but I'm in a big queue at the back of a building. And people come by train from Lekki, fly by here from Abuja to buy. So don't say that your profit shouldn't go down. When you were, let's say the flour was 1,000 naira, I also want to be practical, and you made everything, you sold 1-2, you made 200 naira, you are keeping it. Something happened to flour, it became 1-1. So you are still selling 1-2. I'm disappointed. The 200 naira you were making, you were able to buy pepper, tomato. Do you think you can use that 200 naira to buy the same? You are not supposed to even be making the 200 anymore. You don't understand. That 200 naira you were making on that donuts or cake or on your pastries before should not go to 100 naira. Because, okay, you transported yourself with 100 naira before. You realize that everything has gone up. If you go and shorten yourself to 100 naira, what will the 100 naira, what will you now buy? Even the 200 naira cannot buy the things it has been buying. So you should also, it has doubled by 50%. You should go up by 50%. As a matter of fact, you should go up by 65%, but not when you are at the start of a business. But at the start of a business, if you want that business to grow and you don't want to be knocked out, if your gain is 500 naira, when things are okay, when things become expensive, your gain should go to 1,000 naira. Not that Habi? You just realize that maybe you have a way of, totaling your things, and you total at the end of the month, you now see that I still make 500k just the way I'm making 500k. When you carry that your 500k, we did buy the things you have been buying. So you should be making 1 million. Please identify your market. Use market strategy. Be polite about it. Explain. That is why when you want to start any business, be truthful. Let your customer have trust in you. No matter how even you in your head, as normal business person, you will be like, how do I tell this person that this thing is it's 20? Even to me, it's expensive. I tell my staff, all this snail that people are buying abroad, me, I cannot buy it. Do you understand? I can eat catfish. I can't start eating tilapia, eja, or bokun. I have everything in the store. You understand? So there is levels to all this nonsense. If I buy a bokun, I buy 2. But there are customers that will come and buy 1,000 pieces and pay a million. You ask them, are they selling? They say no, they keep it in their freezer. They are even smarter than you. They stock up when things are cheap. Because they know that Nigeria, we have price instability. It's affecting everybody. So please, the only thing you can do to that customer is to explain to them how things is going. Make them understand that this thing has gone up, diesel has gone up. That when you want to bake and power your machine or your mixer or whatever, you have to use generator. Fuel is no longer 160.
Do you live in the filling station? No. You have to transport yourself to the filling station to purchase all those things. You have to be moderate about it. Then one mistake that a lot of us do is in branding and marketing. You spend so much trying to make your product flashy and all of that. Make it flashy, make it colorful, but don't make it too expensive. Make it affordable, make it reasonable. People now, all in the name, I understand. It's competition that causes it, but then still be smart. You cannot package 200 naira item or content inside a sachet of 1,000 naira and say they say it's packaging. Yeah, there has to be packaging, but you have to be sensible about it. Because if I want to buy it, that one would have been outrageously expensive for me. So you have a big problem marketing those. But if it is, if yours is 500 naira, the next person own is 400 naira, 350, it's still reasonable. Not when yours is 1,000 naira. And you can get it. That's when you do what we call visibility study. Go to your other, what is it called? Business people that you're doing similar things. Learn one or two things from them. Maybe your supply place is not where you should be getting your supply. When your raw material is too expensive, you have a problem. You have to check where you're getting those things. Maybe you're sitting in the comfort of your room, calling somebody to come and deliver something to your doorstep, raw materials. So you're shooting up all those things. So try and cut your cost of production to meet the market, but not everybody's price. But at least you can buy this in 500, 700, 600, it's still okay. You understand what I'm trying to say? I hope you are able to understand me. So to the second person that asks about Okay, so I want to share something with you on the lady that came to my office 4 days ago. She came all the way from Imo State to my office. And she said she's relocating. She's coming to Ibadan finally. She was buying bird, a day-old chick, there 500 naira, and she will grow it, to chicken and sell. What is wrong, because in Ibadan they sell it 240. Do you know that because of this single 240 naira to 500 naira, she relocated with all her kids? Because in agriculture, 1 naira is a lot of money. We deal with multiplication. I can sell fish for you at 500 naira. I can sell to her at 250. The question is, how many is she buying? Do you understand? So that case of this woman I'm talking to you about has been making loss and realizes that the problem is in her supply. She said now they are in trouble in Imo State and Port Harcourt. Imo and Port Harcourt is where the market is. Market is not in Ibadan. But the supply, the raw material needed is in Ibadan. So she keeps traveling, leaving the kids, and they are still young, traveling up and down. She said people have started calling her names, that you carry career, be business, more than your family, kiniko. I told her my own advice. I said it's yours to balance. But then you also have to understand that supply is it can make or mar your business. When you are supposed to buy, I sell a lot of fish, apart from the catfish. I don't buy them from Ibadan. Do some level of analysis. Do some feasibility study. Niboni or Okpokini wa. Where do they produce this thing? You want to go into plantain chips business. You want to go and buy plantain from Ring Road. Or you saw somebody selling plantain around Onireki. What's your business with them? No, we don't have business with them. Take some trips. Go out of your comfort zone. Get to where those things are. When you get them, thank God for phones. Get their contact. Build a relationship. So that you can always call them. Maybe they send to you because you cannot always go, especially as women. Truthfully, you cannot always go. One of the reasons I shut down farm, because I cannot always travel there, come back. At the end of the day, it's almost like the same thing, the profit. Do you understand? I started making friends with farmers, like I said. So look at that woman. She has been complaining. I'm like, what are you always looking for? You have come to look for me in Ibadan the third time. The first time I was in Abuja, the second time I was in Lagos. What are you looking for? She said she really has to see me. And I said, maybe I didn't get that gist. That she's relocating. I said, just like that. It's just like me saying I want to leave Ibadan where my family is, and I want to go to Port Harcourt because of something. You know Igbo people, yeah? Sorry. The way they go to the extreme. I'm like, wow, good job. That one even challenged me. She said let her now go back to Port Harcourt and sell that chicken flat rate, even if it is 100 naira. When she multiply it by the tonnage, you know what they do? They will carry the chicken. She has been sleeping on the farm along Akala Expressway since that last week up till now. Some people will know her on Instagram. I don't want to mention her name. She has been sleeping on the farm, helping them to remove the feathers and everything, and they will throw all of them in blast freezer. It becomes frozen chicken, and then she will send it back. I'm not like, wait, sis, when you want to send it back, she said it cost 670,000 naira for a motor to carry it. He said, but even at that, 670,000 naira to transport chicken from Ibadan to Port Harcourt. I'm like, why not just do it there? She said there's still a lot of difference. That the last business she and her sister did, they made 2 million. I said like, She said she's looking for that. She just got an agent that she's bringing her farm, that I should help her to look for school for her children. I'm like, what? I get my own, but I don't reach this level. I was surprised. So you have to really understand that marketing. So let me go to the other person that talks about competitive pricing. Your business is not supposed to be positioned where those people are. That's the problem. You know, a lot of us, we look down on some shops. We can be passing all this sophisticated area. See some, you think they are not selling. You're deceiving yourself. They are selling shege. Because they are not true. Okay, you want troops like is in the market. You don't know what a marketplace means. You know what they call not jad, nora, you know, do not dura kind of a thing. A marketplace is basically for pricing. You have opportunity to ask, this is how much is your own 500 naira. You can go, how much is your own 400 naira. And you don't want that kind of people. Go and locate your customer. There's no way I'll be seeing something that looks like only a few people know the difference. Unfortunately, God created in a country that we know send. Then let me tell you this thing. If you really want to do original shoes, look for original people. That's the first thing. And as time goes on your business, you are still going to add less original one too, because you cannot stay in one place. You have to first of all see if it is that's what they want in that location. That's what you provide. You're a business person. Are you there to make friends? Is it by force for them? They don't want to wear original. Buy fake for them now. But if you really know that you're keen to selling this original footwear, which is very important to you, you know, for some reason, and being original actually also make you stand out, then those markets, who says that you have, look, you're talking about location. Is that you? Yes, you're talking about location. See, I told you that all this location, distance barrier, meeting a lot of people, getting customer, this thing here has cancelled all of those nonsense now. What's your own location? Why do you want to, how much have you made in your business so far? You want to go and look for shop in a small, Abi, what's the name of this, Jericho Mall? It's not a cost. 6 months you leave that place. How much have you? You think that people that are there are small mind? Some of them, that's like their 15th shop. You don't know. They probably have branches everywhere, and even though they are not even making gain, if they want to say the money they are making in that Jericho is what is sustaining them, no, it's their reinvestment plan that you are seeing and running with. You know, some other business is funding that particular one. They have paid their dues. They may even be selling fake in Aba. That one is their cash crown. You must have your cash crown. Then they now feel like, okay, I also want to have a place like this. Pending the time, this one also will now meet up and start giving them game. They have shock absorber. Do you have shock absorber? You want to go and look for shop in Jericho Mall? No. Do it from the comforts of your home. And if you want to do one-on-one marketing, which is also key, make sure you leave your comfort zone. Go to bankers, go to cooperative society generally that can place value on your worth. Don't go and buy shoe of 30,000 naira you want to sell for 35. You now go and put it in Dugbe, work. You know, it won't work. But if you really like that strategy of pay as it's coming in, people that sell koloko dekini is small gain. All those small markets, because competitive pricing is key in business. You cannot go and position yourself where your people know they. It's not fresh. You understand? If you want to stay in Eleyele and sell your business, you can stay there, but not in the market square where people are buying that fish and pepper. You know, you can get outfit that works for you, that is not too expensive, but do underground study a lot. Look for those people. Location, I had a problem of location when I was starting. Let me share this with you. I just wanted to leave the house. I fell into hand. You know, I didn't know that they were going to sell the property. I almost did flag off. Since then, I learned to do all my things in silence. You know, I just wanted to do the way Instagram people, they have open shop. I'll do this. I invited people come and I even gave them free barbecue fish. There was fish now. Did plantain chips. Everybody were happy. I didn't spend 5 months in that shop. Not like I didn't make profit though. You know, I didn't know that they've sold the whole building, and me, I just shook head inside it. So they just came and gave us like 2 months. I was asking for my balance. At least I've not spent more than 5 months. Up to tomorrow, the guy ran away. I did not see him. They sold the whole property. You know what it means to now start over? I have collected the shop since February. I didn't open it until April because I have to do some things. I've been doing some things on it. Since then, I left to keep my mouth shut. If I want to do anything tomorrow, I don't open nothing. If you know me one-on-one or you have met me, you will come. But to go and flag something, I believe that it was some people that was doing me. It broke me down. I'm not joking. I wanted to have a shop. I got the shop. I was selling. Look at the people that were coming to ask me fish. I will call fish for you 1,000 naira. You price it 500 naira, 400 naira. Is it possible for me to call something for you 1,000 naira? You think my gain on it is 600 or 500? Is it not fish? It's something that goes like that. But I wanted to stay there. If not that they were sent out. But I wanted to start producing what fits their standard. I'll just go and buy a jati otigbo, baby fish. If you get to my shop now, all manner of things is there. If you want tiny fish like this, is there. If you want the one that is bigger than your head, is there. So when you come in and you price me, that's what I was telling you. When you know that these people, they want the cheaper one, provide it. You know, provide it for them. This is Oju Ogun now. The things have changed. I hope you are able to understand me. Thank you.
Can we give her a round of applause? That's really good. You know, I learned something. Identify your customers, your clients. Who are they? I was in Cocoa Mall yesterday. I don't know whether we observed. So many shops are closing down inside that mall. You just see 70% sales. All goods must go. I saw about 3. I was like, wow, what is happening in Ibadan? So before you go in to get a shop in Cocoa House, count your cost. Because the least you get in Cocoa House, you know, there was time to, I wanted to, okay, let's cast step up. I got there when they were counting rent. 500,000. You know? After a consultation, and that sister, one more, we are doing school. I just looked at it, I was like, no, this one is outrageous. Then I went to, close to Ekotedo. Where's that place? Dugbe Alawo. I got a place that is okay for me. And don't mind you, UNICEF will still come there. That's why they will pass through some dirty place, but they still came. But if I had been in Cocoa House, maybe would have spent 1 year at Ukeruwa, Kololi. So identify your clients. And if you want to build a standard, you want to sell for the quality, just like you said, look for them. Go all out for them, if that's what you are cut out for. So once again, please give her a round of applause.
Before she leaves, I want to quickly do 2 things. One, she's here now. Ofe Kogosi B Spice Lapo. I want to put Indian hemp